And that's our podcast.
Hope you enjoyed watching. If you like what you saw, subscribe for more silence.
Oh.
So we intro you.
Okay. Right, I'm Picko. Let me try again.
Get all this up because I'm dying to laugh for some reason. Not like we've done this so many times before.
Okay. Right, I'm Picko.
I'm Gosho.
And today we're talking about Ace Ventura.
Alrighty then.
Let's get into it. Right, Ace Ventura.
Pet detective.
No, both.
When nature calls.
Yeah, both. So, let's start off with a bit of a pet detective. Oh, actually, let's start off with which one you kind of prefer.
Easily prefer When Nature Calls.
Yeah, I prefer When Nature Calls.
Yeah.
Great sequel. Don't get good sequels, but this one was a great sequel.
Yeah, not many films trump the first one, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great example.
There's so many iconic moments, so many iconic sayings, just everything about it just...
You quote it so many years later into life, and
Yeah.
I'll never stop quoting it.
I mean, we literally have a mate who used... put his fucking gamer tag as the do.
Yeah,
from this movie. So, okay, so we've got that out of the way. When Nature Calls, we think it's better than Pet Detective. But what are some of your things that you can remember most about either movie? You know, choosing iconic scenes.
Iconic scenes. I think, in terms of like iconic scenes and like opening to the movie, the first one has one of the best opening scenes, like to a film. Like it sets you up for the rest of the film. So I don't know if you remember on Pet Detective where he's got that parcel.
Yeah.
And he starts walking in and he's just like fucking doing football tricks with it. He's like, it says fragile, he's like smashed it on the desk, he's doing football tricks with it.
Football tricks with it, he's getting in the elevator, he's like holding it there, the elevator smashing
he's
it.
like, he's just holding it, he's like, oh.
Sorry about that.
And he's just like, it just sets you up because you just think, oh, this is class, what an absolute knob.
Package, people!
He's so true though. He's so true.
But he's a character that you love. You don't hate him. You just, I don't know. It's not a love to hate. You just love him for being such a
daft prick.
A daft prick.
Just such a weirdo. It's just great.
Yeah.
Like
you can't help but love him.
Like the best extrovert you could ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
Who just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that is it. He's like the inner child of everybody.
He really is. Like everyone wants to be him.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be him because he just don't care what other people think of him.
No.
And everyone loves that. Why wouldn't you want that in yourself, to not care what other people think?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but...
Yeah, me neither. Are we Ace Ventura?
I'll be Pet Detective, you can be When Nature Calls.
I've just got about 4 squirrels under this helmet.
Right, so, okay. The movies... Well, keep going on our iconic scenes, actually. One of my favourite scenes, for some reason, it's in When Nature Calls. It's just a shikaka.
Shikaka!
And when they're kneeling down and then he just starts playing a flipping game with them like Chicago. And it's just like so daft. It's just like Chicago. I just remember fucking absolutely pissing myself when I was younger when I watched that for the first time. And even rewatching it though when you're older, obviously nostalgia hits again, but rewatching it when you're older, it still hits that same chord.
Yeah, it does. It's like timeless comedy, that.
I think it's timeless. I think Jim Carrey is one of those people, or one of those comedians, I suppose, who will just be sorely missed.
Yeah.
A bit like
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, yeah.
Was that what you was going to say?
Oh, yeah,
I just knew.
I can't, for some reason it was just on me, but yeah, Robin Williams just... He's one of those people, again, where he's just like... There's roles that are made for him.
Yeah.
And this Ace Ventura wouldn't have been able to happen with anyone else.
I was just going to say that. It's more of not so much the writing, but the actor you've got to play it. Like, you just couldn't have anyone else play that part.
Yeah, like, they must have had... When they wrote that, they must have had Jim Carrey in mind, and if Jim Carrey couldn't do it, the movie wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Because I just don't understand how anyone, I mean, like anyone in the whole acting
It was
at that time could do it. Maybe Robin Williams, but even Robin Williams still hasn't got that crazy, absolute craziness about him. Do you know, when in his acting, like, is eccentric. I know he can be eccentric, Robin Williams, because Robin Williams plays that kind of in Aladdin.
Yeah.
Do you know? But obviously that was voice acting. But the eccentricness in real life, he's like an animated character himself.
Yeah, he's so animated, and it comes across real well on the screen. I mean, how physical he is when he's acting is just phenomenal as well.
Yeah, it's like it's got a massive mix of great slapstick mixed with just every comedy,
Just
going.
wit and sarcasm and
Yeah.
mockery, just everything.
Spank you, Greenwald. Spank you very much.
Yeah, and like, let's think of more iconic scenes. What's a good iconic scene for you? Probably when nature calls.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. I mean, I've watched them both recently, so I'm glad we're kind of covering it. But I would say there is more in When Nature Calls. But another one, it's kind of like the Monopoly guy.
Oh, man, I fucking love the Monopoly guy.
If it isn't the Monopoly guy.
So he's like, it's just like, flipping, do not pass that. $200. He's just so
He smacks his ass and everything. It's just, can you imagine doing that scene and not laugh? Even as the guy you've been picked up as, it's just, I can imagine it must have just been a nightmare on set with him, because I bet more than anything he was like a class clown, like he just wanted to make you laugh probably on set when you shouldn't want to laugh.
I know. And funnily enough, that part actually has a sort of Mandela effect.
Yeah,
in it,
I know what you're going to say.
He wears a monocle, obviously, the Monopoly guy, and obviously with him stating that he's the Monopoly guy, makes us believe that even more that the Monopoly guy has a monocle.
Yeah,
but
and we are
doesn't
going
have a
crazy.
monocle. Yeah, we are going
Conspiracy theories.
another one. What's another one in when he always comes back to When Nature Calls to me, because although like the Pet Detective had a couple ones just like when he's talking out his ass.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Or when he's in that ballerina costume in the mid-scene.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
It's just when he goes, he just slams his face on that thing. It just looks like it hurts so much. If you was the cast and just watching the actual scene happen, how would you not just piss yourself laughing at something like that?
He really did put himself on the line just to go extra mile for a laugh, didn't he? Like,
and I just think all his stuff, there probably was like a
right. This is a Jim Carrey video now.
like him, just the writing of that film itself is great. It's so great, but I reckon he added just so much to it.
Yeah.
Just his own. He made that character him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he is that character. The character is him, and I imagine he did so much improvisation. I don't, like I say, it's just, I can't imagine writing all the things that he did in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? With the actions and
we'll
acting.
keep this in.
Yeah. He must have done loads, absolutely.
There's
loads.
other ones, like once again at the start of the film, where he's in that hut after doing the shikaka thing, and he's like, he spits in his face, and he's like, he really, really likes you, and he goes, well, let me display my affection. He goes,
Just come on like that.
yeah, like laughing and stuff.
Yeah.
That.
So much things like the guys who have to stand on that massive beam on one foot for like 3 days, and he's just like spitting paper spit fucking bubbles at him.
And they just allow it. And she's like, the one's joining that woman, isn't she?
Yeah,
She's doing it, and she's like, yeah, this is great. Or what about the other iconic one is where he's explaining how he knows the main guy is the villain, and when he's doing that whole spiel, and he's like, the abbreviation on your palm and there's the thing on your shoe, and he goes, let me rewind that. He's like, oh,
I haven't seen many people be able to do that like reverse trick.
Yeah.
It's really, I can imagine it being really hard to do, just to reanimate yourself in backwards. I think that was so clever.
And then just spiel it off again. Yeah.
And it looks like he runs out of breath the second time he says it, because imagine having to flipping, you must have so much lung capacity to give up that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then what else is the flipping then there's the fight with the oh no, the part where he's in the rhino.
Oh my god!
The door breaks.
Yeah.
And he's obviously trying to. That is honestly, as
hilarious.
a child,
Yeah.
when I saw that for the first, I was pissing my pants. When I showed my kids, they were peeing themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was so freaking funny.
Yeah. It's the same. Well, like I said, I showed my daughter the other day when I watched them both, and we saw that bit in that. She was just laughing her head off. So many bits, and it was so good to hear her laughing at it. And I thought, yeah, I'm not just an idiot who fucking loves this old film, but that's why I think it's timeless comedy, because if other generations can laugh at it.
I think so. What else is the? Oh, there's so many.
There's someone you'd be thinking
Like I said, there's
ages
the fighting with the
tribe warrior.
The tribe warrior.
Yeah.
And
The
the massive guy who
tranquilizers.
comes out and he's oh yeah, the tranquilizers.
Yeah.
He's
He's like running. He's like
Starting to get dumb.
But yeah, the massive guy comes out, yeah, and he's like, I'm fighting him, and then he has that guy in the bag, and he's like trying to undo, and he's like,
he's trying to bite him. It's so stupid. Oh, it's
and he's like, I'm a job, but he just call me White Devil, White Devil.
yeah. Anything else you can think of?
I'm trying to think more of the first one because I don't want to let the second one overshadow it. Because the first one is still good. It's not as I don't think it's the best, but still is good. I remember there's a bit where he's searching for clues at that house at that party, and he's in the toilet for ages, and he comes out and he's absolutely soaked and he have to fall into that tank.
Oh yeah.
And he comes out and he's like, "Do not go in there!" And he slaps his pocket and loads of water comes out. Yeah, there's just bits like that. Yeah, that's it. Delete the first one. Don't need it anymore.
There's one where obviously he knows he's kissed. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
He's kissed Einhorn, and then
Yeah.
he goes back home. His dog lays on Ray Finkel's pitch end, puts like a hair.
Yeah.
It's like a woman, and it's just like Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Einhorn is a man. Einhorn is a man. So it's like the showers bends his gloves, pushes his teeth, he's like sucking on a finger with a plunger.
It's going to be the whole film. You could easily explain the whole film, linking each funny scene to funny scene, couldn't you?
But it was just simple things like, do you know when he goes into the dolphin's tank for the first time?
Yeah.
He's just looking at the picture, but it's his animation.
Yeah.
That just makes him so funny.
That's another scene itself. You just saying that, I remember him going, Captain's Law.
For God's sakes, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a fool, man.
How like that's the improv what I'm talking about, where he must be improvising these like situations.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine like who would have the comedic genius to write these lines in.
Yeah.
Only I feel Jim Carrey.
Do you
It's
think?
like, go on.
Sorry, mate. I wonder if there was maybe not so much. There was like the story scripts for everyone else. I wonder if these parts they just went. You've got creative freedom.
They must have.
You've got creative freedom.
Just do what you think would be good for this scene. And it must have been so much. I would like to know how much improv was in there. I'm not going to look it up now, but
Yeah.
I would love to see how many improvs were actually in there. Plot twist good at the end. Find out Einhorn is Finkel and Finkel is Einhorn.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously after watching it over and over again, you kind of know that. But I can't really remember the first time where I understood that. But I reckon if you were the first time watching it, I probably do think it would be a pretty good plot twist.
Yeah, well, obviously, the thing is, I watched them both as a kid, and as a kid, you don't really see plot twists coming.
Yeah.
But you might be able to see plot twists coming more these days. But I still don't know if I'd have guessed it.
Yeah.
Do you know? Even
There was no real true reference to it, was there? Like they kept them very separate.
Yeah, and obviously the second one, where I suppose only give one clue, and that is when he has thingy on his shoe. Do you know the
Yeah.
which he mistakes for plastering?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of get a feel that he's not a great guy anyway.
Yeah.
In the second one, so you kind of have that vibe of like he doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah.
When you get that hunch in a film, and I think that's probably where you may think, I bet he's behind it all somehow.
I know, because there's this two scenes where you think, yeah, he could be a bad guy. Obviously,
I wonder if you're going to say what I think you're
so
going to
there's
say.
one where obviously he's whacking his horse and he's coming back towards him, and Ace Ventura just peeks it out and it's like, didn't seem that painful when he was doing it to the horse. And then obviously the next scene will be they're going to that
You're gonna say what I thought with all the animal heads.
with all the animal heads in the sand, and it's just like,
what a lovely room of death.
yeah, this is a lovely room of death. And so he's like, he must be some sort of bad guy to show that sort of situation off.
Yeah.
Because he knows he loves animals. Even just before that, I thought of another funny scene. Just when they're going to it and they're showing the slides, and he just goes. He just starts making the fingers nose. It's like,
Both are known poachers.
I mean, what movies did he do before Ace Ventura?
Did you do Cable Guy before Ace Ventura?
I don't know. Let's look at his. I'll get his for you.
Filmography.
Filmography. That is it.
Yeah, I want to film.
I'll stop surfing it at some point.
I want to say a Cable Guy, but I can't be too sure.
I feel like he came after.
Yeah, possibly. I feel like Ace Ventura really shot him into like
Full
stardom. Yeah, but I feel like
I might be completely wrong here.
could be.
Well,
He definitely obviously did films before that. But I'm trying.
he was definitely in things before that.
But I can't think of what.
Yeah.
And I can only think of Cable Guy because I feel like he looks younger in Cable Guy.
No, Cable Guy was after.
Was it?
So Cable Guy was 1996, Ace Ventura and Nature Call was 1995, Ace Ventura Pet Detective was 1994. So looking at anything before that, no. Ace Ventura was his flipping
Breakthrough.
his big break.
I would love to have known. So if they didn't have that in mind for him already, like if that's not his big break, I wonder how they just thought. How did that go? Do you know, like you said, if they didn't write the film around him, because it seems like that film was made around him.
Oh yeah.
And I would love to have known how that audition went. I think that would have been absolutely crazy. I bet they would have been like, this is the guy. Because I bet he was leaping all over the room.
Oh yeah.
Doing all sorts. Just.
Why is it the best like comedians these days are like Canadian as well? Like you got Ryan Reynolds, you got Jim Carrey. Just they always seem to come from Canada.
Yeah.
And maybe it's got this good comedy value in Canada.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe they harness all the powers of comedy.
So after Pet Detective, they did The Mask. Well, actually, in the same year, he did Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, they don't fuck about, do they?
Three really his biggest movies as well.
I know it takes fucking years for films to be released, and
I know.
he did 3 in 1 year. That's mad.
Yeah, next year then he did Nature Calls, then he did Cable Guy, then Liar Liar, and that's it. And so on. So yeah, I guess Ace Ventura did massively well. Can you imagine it, like him not doing that?
Yeah.
He wouldn't even have been big and they would have missed out on everything.
Oh, he's such a gift. He really is such a gift.
Best catchphrases in the movie.
Oh, the ones that I just can use in everyday life.
Alrighty.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
That's got to be the one.
And the best thing is I've got my kids saying it. Do you know, like
Yeah.
it should be there and should be like, alrighty then. Or like I'll be at work and someone will go, why? And I go, PRTY.
Because I got it.
Yeah, just can't help it. Another one is like, someone will say, oh, I've got tuna salad. I'm like, bumblebee tuna. Yeah, like
Bumblebee tuna.
bumblebee tuna. You can't help it. It's like intrusive thoughts just absolutely win when it comes to his catchphrases.
Yeah, great catchphrases in that movie. Think of any others? I mean, I probably should be thinking of some, but I'm not.
I'll just carry the podcast by myself, don't worry.
Because I'm not on it.
No, there's, I don't know. No, there will be, but from other films. But obviously, we're talking about Ace Ventura today, rather than just Jim Carrey's catchphrases. And I think they're the ones that stick out the most for me in Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, if Ace Ventura was released today, do you think it would hold up?
I don't think the first one would.
Yeah.
I don't think the first one would at all.
I
feel like
a difficult one.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I think he's just.
Like I said, was releasing it with all modern day sort of situations. Would it even work?
I don't know. I think I probably would have got cancelled. Let's be honest, it would have got cancelled at some point.
Yeah,
Or there'd have been some
I just don't think
backlash.
it'd have done well in cinema.
Not so much When Nature Calls, I don't think.
Well, when Nature Calls are done well, though.
Yeah, I think so.
do you actually think you would done well?
Yeah.
Like today? Like, it would, because I always think of, like, how comedy's evolved. And, like, I used to watch loads of Adam Sandler stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like Happy Gilmore and all that sort of stuff. And then, that to me now is nowhere near as funny as, like, your Seth Rogen films, like Pineapple Express and all those sort of things, right? And then, now, Seth Rogen's kind of gone off the boil a bit. Yeah, I don't see much of him. But can you imagine bringing back something like Ace Ventura? Would it hold up in the comedy, like, circuit?
Probably what you got to think of is, like, they'd probably use more modern things, like, in terms of current affairs. Like, you could still have the same premise of the film, but they'll probably just modernise it a little bit more. So it's just maybe not so much backdated. But I think so. Like, if it's timeless comedy and we laugh at it now, and I know it's because we watched it when we was younger, but I think you could still go somewhere and watch that and be like, yeah, that's still a pretty good film. I don't think people would rate it probably as highly as we would do now, but I still think it'd pass. Yeah. I still think it'd pass.
Do you think it's still better than other comedies, like your Seth Rogen comedies like Pineapple Express, or do you just think it would not be close to it?
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose what you got to think of is a lot of the Seth Rogen films are around drugs, doing weed, like minor criminal stuff.
Yeah.
When you think of back in the day, the world wasn't really accepting of that.
Right.
So there probably wasn't that much of the comedy, and like you said, now that it's
this is Ace Ventura's just doing flipping coke to make himself so animated.
It's like this day and age, like you said, you can laugh about it now, and that's probably where it's adapted and grown. So I don't really know what the fuck I'm saying.
Oh, do you know what I completely forgot? Like when I'm parking, every time I fuck it up, because I always fuck it up, I just go like a glove.
Yeah. No, actually, now thinking about it, the way we've talked about it, I still think it would pass as a film, but I don't think it would be as successful as it was back in the day.
And that would be such a shame.
Yeah. Thinking about it logically.
What like modernisation do you think they'd do to it? Like these days as well, like do you think they would add drugs and stuff like that? Or would that be just too
think
crazy?
So. Probably drugs.
And that's just terrible, isn't it? Like
drone strikes. Look in the full lot. Here's a trap, let's wipe them out and claim oil.
You'd probably be flipping that beginning scene of Ace Ventura Penitentiary instead of like he'd probably fly a package in through the window.
Yeah.
And then he'd just pick up the dog with the drone these days, wouldn't he? And just try to fly it out.
And then you'd miss the whole thing of that guy chasing you in the car and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy to think if it was modernised, it would just be. Well, it just wouldn't hold a candle, would it?
No.
And it wouldn't. I think the good thing about it is it's harmless fun. As well. And that's what you sort of got to remember. It's harmless fun, and I like the harmless fun. Sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, I love pretty much a lot of Seth Rogen comedies.
Yeah.
I mean, some have been a bit hit and miss, but like, I don't know, just we'll just leave it at.
It was good for its time. It was great for its time. Perfect time for it to be released.
Yes.
I still think it'd get a pass today, but I don't think it'd be. If it wasn't released back in the past and that was only just released, like now, it probably wouldn't be as successful.
Okay.
You're right. Comedy has evolved quite significantly, but I still think it'd pass, but I don't think it'd have made as much money.
No.
And everything else.
I think it would be on the like. I always feel like back if it was released now, like your IMDb score would be like 6 or less.
Yeah.
Which would be. It's just shocking to think about.
Yeah.
Because I would never ever rate that a 6 or less.
But unless, I don't know, because you could have, the way the ratings are these days for films and watersheds and all that lot, if you put it as a family film and you went and watched it with your family, sometimes you laugh more because your family are laughing. So maybe if you went and saw that at cinema with your kids, because we wouldn't say it was like really. I suppose when we watched it as kids, we probably shouldn't have been watching it.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
But whereas now it probably would be acceptable for our kids to watch that quite easily. Like we've just said. So you probably watch it.
Back then to 12 now.
Yeah. So you probably watch it as a family film, and it probably do successful that way. Like,
yeah, maybe. Well, do you think it's crazy that didn't make a third one?
I'm kind of glad.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know what you do. You could have done it. You could have found. You could have found.
You could have done it.
You could have found somewhere, but then you're running the risk of ruining the franchise. Like, the second one was better than the first one. What's the chances the third one's going to be better than the first and second?
I wonder if they ever made a script for the third one and Jim Carrey was just like, no, it's not going to work.
Sometimes you can just milk something too much. And it's
But I'm
beautiful as it
surprised
is.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Unless Jim Carrey, like I said...
Well, was there a
make
cartoon?
Yes, there was a cartoon.
Yeah. So they tried doing it that way, didn't they? And look at that. Bag of shit no one remembers.
Absolutely fucking crap. It just pisses me off, to be honest.
I'm surprised they didn't read the script flat and go, alrighty then.
I just don't know why. Like, I'm just surprised they didn't make a third one. What's they made a third one now?
No, not a chance. I think I'd be against it. If it wasn't Jim Carrey, and even if it was Jim Carrey, I'd be like...
It'd be Jim Carrey. It's got to be, just say Jim Carrey comes out of his retirement because he said he's not going to do movies anymore, doesn't he? So...
I don't know. I'd be like, oh, too much time's passed. I know they're going to try and keep to, like I said, they're going to try and modernise it, going to keep to the old way. I don't get how they'd spin it.
He's not, like, obviously the most recent thing he was in was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And he is still quite animated as a person. So I still feel like he could do it. But I just don't know what to do to do it.
Or if you think he should do it. I suppose would they take the angle of he's training someone else to do that role? Like it takes on like an apprentice maybe. But then I think that'd just be shit.
Nah, can't do that.
I don't know how.
It's got to be all about him. He's got to be centre focus in the.
Yeah, I don't know.
Completely.
If they said now, this day and age, I'd cringe a bit. Like, cause I'm like, it's too long. And to me as well.
Like I say, if the comedy has evolved, will it still hit the same?
Yeah, you don't want it to tarnish. And I think as well sometimes your own opinion, your own thoughts about why the film's coming out could sometimes put you off. Like to me, I'd be like, why after all these years? Is it because you run out of original material? Is it because you're money grabbing? You know, you want to bum off a franchise that was successful, so you think, oh, we'll just do an Ace Ventura 3. I'd be a bit like, why? Do you know? And I think that had just put me off it anyway. My own thoughts just thinking, well, why are you doing this? What's the logical reasons behind it? It's not like no one have come with a script before to go, let's do Ace Ventura 3. I'm sure people have.
I'm sure they have.
So why now? And why would it be out there? And why would someone now give it the green light? There'd be all those things running through my head, and I think that'd put me off.
Oh, there was kind of a fair one.
Oh no.
It was called Ace Ventura Jr. Pet Detective.
Oh no, so it was kind of what we said, we should probably do more research around that. That's what I mean, like...
I guess it's rating on IMDb.
4.6.
Not even close.
Oh, 1.7.
2.1, mate. 2.1.
2.1.
That is vomit.
And who was in that then? Obviously not Jim Carrey, was he? Was he?
No,
Please tell me he wasn't.
Some stupid kid. It's
some stupid kid. Some stupid little moronic kid who I hope's dead.
Fucking absolute fucking knob.
What an absolute fucking loser.
How do you agree to that, you fucking
Oh,
knob?
they're spoiling our films.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That is sad, really.
Yeah.
See, that to me ruins.
I know, it's disappointing. It's disappointing.
It's ruining. Like, why? It's ruining. I can't get my words out, I'm just so annoyed.
It's ruining your vocabulary. I just think, that's what I mean, I just think, oh, you're just money grabbing now, you're doing stuff for the sake of doing it. Like, you've got to know when something's good enough. Like, if they had a really strong script and they thought, yeah, there's no way this could fail, yeah, fair play, but they did a couple, like I said, it's been too long, could have done something beforehand, and I think, and now these days, they're just trying, if something's successful, they bleed it dry.
No, they do. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you know that set its course by the fourth movie?
Yeah.
You've still got it going on and on without Johnny Depp now.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, that's not going to.
You're just trying to bleed it dry.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow, the original, the only.
In any chance whatsoever.
Yeah. Same like successful series, like when they did it with Breaking Bad. Oh, we'll do a prequel. Okay. Then you do it with Game of Thrones. Oh, we'll do a prequel. Because they can't just let it end. They can't just go, okay, that was good. That was good.
Let's come up with the next best thing.
Yeah.
It's never the next best thing. It's just how can we add?
How can we make more money? I just think at the theatres, how do we make more money?
Like Star Wars. I think they have, well, it's all by Disney now, so they've tried to bleed it dry again.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Mandalorian. I
Yeah.
really did. But then there was like the Book of Boba Fett, and flipping, they did Obi-Wan Kenobi or Kenobi, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Although I did see a guy edit Kenobi and make it like one massive movie, and it's supposed to be really edited really well, like with his own graphics and everything like that, and I'd actually want to watch that.
Yeah.
Instead of watching a full series, just watch that film.
Would you think more just because of like how independent it was to do that and how everyone's talked about it, and you think, actually, I'm just more curious than out else?
Apparently it cuts out all the rubbish, puts just filler
all
stuff.
the fat.
Yeah, so it cuts it down to just a really good movie, and I won't mind watching that. But we are completely steering off Ace Ventura now. So basically, the movie's commercial success led to a follow-up film, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. That was released a year later. According to Screen Man, a third Ace Ventura movie wasn't made earlier because Jim Carrey had no interest in reprising his role as the animal detective until...
Fair play to him. He knew when something was good. And said, yeah, let's leave it
recently.
There. Oh no, don't say how.
It's happening, mate.
Jim.
Ace
Jim,
Ventura 3
trying to praise
is
you
in
here.
the works from the writers behind Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
It's happening, mate.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Third one's in. We're going to watch it.
What's he going to do with this one? Climb into a rhino's arsehole and fucking work it from the inside? Like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. Like fucking just controlling a rhino. Fuck me. Why? No.
That'd be good.
But you know when I said just from what you could be thinking about it automatically puts you off.
Yeah.
That's all those, for all those reasons I've just explained. That's why I think, oh, this isn't going to be good now. Am I going to see it? Yes. Am I going to complain about it? Yes. Yeah, but I might be pleasantly surprised, but
It'll be a hard ask, like say, comedy evolved and everything like that. I can't see it working, but I would still, like you said, I would go see it.
I would. I'd have to just out of loyalty. Yeah.
It.
Just to see what it's like, just to say I was there, man. I was there when Jim Carrey finally penned the rest of his career. No,
Did you like Cable Guy?
I loved it.
Yeah, I did as well. People, like, I remember there's a part in Homer Simpson where they're at a restaurant and Cable Guy script is on the wall, and like Homer Simpson just runs up to it and starts whipping it up and says, "You nearly ruined Jim Carrey's career."
Wrecked Jim Carrey's career.
And I was like, I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. Do you know what I mean? I haven't said it was the best movie ever, but I thought it was really funny.
Yeah. Ace Ventura 3.
What do you think the title's going to be?
I was trying to think of something real witty, like, shit caca.
Ace Ventura 3. Chicago!
Shit caca films. 1.2. IMDb.
Bobby Tuna.
Ace Ventura 3.9 on IMDb.
Ace Ventura 3.
I don't. So right. So now we know this, and we're on about like modernising it. What could it be now? Saving dolphins and whales.
I have no idea.
Save the bees.
Save the bees. I don't actually. Unless they did it on some sort of grand scale, and it's bringing down like a more of a mega corporation rather than a.
Could they do it where like somebody's setting fires to large forests, exterminating the wildlife because they want land, but making it like natural disaster?
Oh, that'd be cool. It's a good storyline, that, mate. Pitch it.
I have, mate. I'm the director of Ace Ventura 3. Surprise! It's my gift to you. Oh, you edit here first, folks.
That's good, that. I like that. But it could easily be to bring down a mega corporation. Yeah. Because, like, in the first two movies, it's just to bring someone down, like, a non-person, really, aren't they? They're not anything major. Someone stole a dolphin. Okay.
Yeah.
And
back in the day, it's like,
bat.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's nothing.
A
really,
sacred bat.
It could be something on maybe a more grand scale, but if making it on a more grand scale might take away from the whole premise of the movie. It's simple and, you know, him taking over basically.
Yeah.
The role.
It's a tricky one.
Any more names for Ace Ventura 3?
I'm trying to think. Ace Ventura should have left it at 2.
Ace Ventura 3 like a glove.
Like a glove. It's just him putting on a condom. I don't know why, but I don't know. Pet Detective, When Nature Calls. I suppose the same for When Nature Calls. That's when you're going for a shit, innit? So it'd be anything around like that.
When Nature Calls?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
When Nature Calls, Draining the Python.
I'm talking about masturbation.
Oh, that's having a piss.
Is it?
Yeah. Sex addict.
You heard it here first. Copyright issue.
Yeah. We're gonna get cancelled. Oh, another copyright issue. Oh, fucking hell. I have no idea.
You just don't think.
No,
Unless you go like, nah, it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, it's just, I think in my mind I've got it shouldn't be happening. Like I said, I've already explained. It's just, why now? Why now? And if he's not agreed to it previously, which I think he seems like quite a smart guy and knows when something's good, and he's obviously had a successful career, so why did he decline it then? And then now, just after saying he's been in retirement, now he wants to come back and do that.
You can speculate all you want, but unless you check it out for yourself, you never know.
Can Shundi's script itself must be a good write. That's the only thing I can think of.
Is he written it?
Well, that is true.
And also, didn't he say that a lot of his films that he did were just more of a fuck you to Hollywood?
Yeah, he doesn't like Hollywood.
Yeah.
He hates them.
So, is it something like that? Like he's just trying to give him I don't know what word I'm looking for. Like just a fuck you again. Yeah. Just to say.
He can do what he wants, basically.
Yeah, you can't control me. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, I like that. Alright, I think we'll stop it there now, I guess.
Stop it there at Ace Ventura 3 because I am fuming. I don't want to talk anymore about Ace Ventura.
Right, okay, so I'll let Gosho do the outro because I don't want
Are we rating the film?
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, well,
okay, so we'll do Pet Detective.
Pet Detective. Okay.
Alright, I've got it.
Ace Ventura 3 will be released by the time you finish. We're just reviewing it now.
Okay, I've got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Boom! 7.
I went 8.
Okay.
We're kind of around the same region there.
And then, When Nature Calls. I'll give them one. Oh, we just got no. I've got it. Which one am I dropping?
9. I was going to go 9. But I think it's just too good.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just too good.
Blue Stars Out.
Blue Stars Out.
Episode 1.
Maybe due to nostalgia and stuff, but I mean, at the time, you could watch that film over and over again and it was brilliant for its time. So I'm giving it a 10.
Great. Nostalgia does hit it up to a 10.
Yeah. 10. I was thinking that. If I didn't go 10, it was going to be a 9. That's what I'm saying. That's like you saying, if it wasn't going to be a 10, it was a 6.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's a 10 in my eyes. I get why you'd say 9, because I was like, 9, but I just think, what can I fault about that film?
There was no fault about the film. I'm gonna say, like, I don't think I could ever give a comedy a 10. I don't know what comedy in my eyes would be a 10. Maybe Hot Fuzz.
Just think of like how it made you laugh.
And that's what I am. I am thinking of that, and that's why I think of movies where, like, when we went and saw Hot Fuzz in cinema, that to me was a 10 because I was laughing my head off all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, although I found that funny when I was younger and I found it funny when I was older, it has stood the test of time, but I don't know if I could give it a 10. I found Borat, real funny again, something else I laughed all the way through, but when I watched Borat again, I didn't laugh at it that much.
Yeah, but is that because it's just been done to death?
Yeah, I think it's the shock humour.
Yeah.
And then obviously, once you get past the shock humour, it doesn't...
that type of film is like you said, you watch the first time, it's the best time you'll ever watch it.
That, it's like, It's a bit of ish bin, isn't it? It's just Bruno. Right, okay. I'll let you do the outro now.
Alright, yeah. Sure you want to rate him again? Sure you want to rate Ace Ventura 3 now?
We could do a little guess on Ace Ventura 3.
No, please.
Let's do a guess.
No, let's just do the outro.
Let's guess.
Okay, and we're going to drop 1 for the blue star. We're going to drop 1 because I have to give it at least something. Ace Ventura 3, when the python leaves the nest.
Ready?
Yeah. 1.
I put 6 there, but I didn't 5. I'm going to give it 5. Give it a 1.
No, I can't give it 1, but realistically, I think it'll be a 4.
I completely understand it.
Well, I put 6 then.
I put 5 actually.
Yeah, well.
It is then 4.
What hold up in the court?
Because it could really
Judge won't rule over
5. I think. Just set nice in the middle.
it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, outro. Proper outro.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to see more of our stuff, please subscribe below. Your thoughts on the films? Did you like the first one more? Did you like the second one? Anything we've missed out? Iconic scenes, phrases, we probably have. What do you think about Ace Ventura 3 coming out? Because I think it's dog shit. Yeah, please join for next time.